Hello YouTube, this is VidHead85 here, and I'm going to talk about a case out of Texas. This deals with a 15-year-old boy who whose mother is facing assault charges after allegedly beating her teenage son with an electrical cord after catching him in a homosexual act with her male cousin. CBS of Dallas-Fort Worth reports that Erica Moore of Forest Hill began whooping her son with the cord after finding an 18-year-old cousin performing oral sex on him in a bedroom. She says, "When I walked in, I saw my son. It was just disgusting to me, the way he was looking and the way my cousin was looking, and my cousin immediately ran out the door," she's quoted as saying. "So that was my reaction because it disgusted me." Despite the fact that the act was determined by officials to have been consensual, Moore added, "They were committing a homosexual act in my house and we're totally against that." She claims she would have done the same thing if her daughter were caught in a sexual act. Moore is currently fighting charges of assault with bodily injury to a family member in Tarrant County, where she can face prison time. She claims that she was well within her rights to discipline her son, and she also claims that the officer told her that he understood why she beat her son, and he would have gone farther. He says, according to her, she says, if it was me and I walked in on my child," he said, "parent to parent, I probably would have shot them. I probably would have shot both of them." He said, "But with the law, you can't. You're not allowed to put whoops on them." He said, "You can whoop them, but you're not allowed to leave marks on them." However, Moore does have some support. The Reverend Kiev Tatum, president of the Texas Southern Christian Leadership Conference, is asking the district attorney to drop the charges against Moore. "I have known Sister Erica for many years, and she did what we teach every good, God-fearing mother should do when their children disobey the rules, values, and standards. Texas Penal Code 9.61 gives her the legal rights, and the Holy Bible gives her the righteous mandate to discipline her child the best way she knows how." She defends her actions by saying this: "I actually caught this going on in my house, and how was I supposed to react to it? Am I supposed to let it go? No. We was taught to discipline our kids, and we whoop our kids," she says. The son's grandmother brought him into the hospital after finding marks on his torso and back. The police chief of Forest Hill Police Department says to CBS of Dallas-Fort Worth that Miss Moore's statement of the officer's alleged inappropriate comments are simply untrue. The conversation was recorded and it was entirely professional. The Forest Hill Police Department does not discriminate against any citizen based on sexual orientation. They also attempted to set up interviews with her son in cooperation with CPS, but could not get Miss Moore to bring in her son to be interviewed. They felt that the fact that they couldn't interview the victim hindered them from furthering the case. And again, they also determined that it was consensual. Personally, I think that the fact that they were cousins is quite disturbing, but the fact that she only talks about the gay aspect of it is simply disturbing to me. Basically, she's excusing abuse while her son was expressing his sexuality, albeit with a cousin. Now, the age gap also, I feel, is quite like the Caitlin Hunt issue. It was simply 3 years. That is not so big of a gap, but somehow all of a sudden 18 tends to be that magic number that everybody who is removed from from following situations like this, where there was a small age gap between the two individuals, and the older person is prosecuted. I feel that that's simply wrong in this or any other case where there's such a small age gap. Anyway, I feel in this case that the older person should not be prosecuted, and neither should Caitlin.